excellent Yorker to close the over, 22 without loss.
And he takes it. That's a brilliant catch at the boundary. Oh my God.
India need a wicket, and Bumrah with that delivery just almost slipping through. An over for 4 is bringing India back in the game. Now the next challenge is the spinners. Chakravarti's coming in the power play to bowl, and it's now where this pitch will be tested. Is the ball going to slide onto the bat or not, and will Pakistan be able to handle pace off? They've handled pace on so far pretty well. Varun Chakravarti with bag of tricks.
And what he's done so well when he bowls at his best is to hit that length bowler the stumps. See if Chakravarti can hit the right length. Five wickets. The IPL just finished in the power play. 6 per over, so he does, Bazid, show that great control, uses that googly well pace into the pitch.
Straight away Rizwan eyeing that leg side. It's a strong run, the sweep shot, the slog sweep, and especially in the power play he'll be targeting that because he's got what? A deep square leg and a long on.
Brilliant fielding. Out of the highest class.
Just the man you want at backward point. But the length, I feel, Bish, is key. You need to be bowling into the pitch as a spinner as well.
Yeah, that's the thing I mentioned as soon as he started the over, Basil. You're absolutely right. When Chakravarti's at his best, that's what he does. Now his line needs to be fairly tight into the off stump here because there's no one beyond the inner ring fielders on the offside. Good pace into the pitch.
And you can almost back off a length rather than go full. This delivery as well, it's skidded off the surface, but look at the length, it's back of a length. Difficult to play those horizontal bat shots.
Very good over. Just 2 off it. 24 without loss.
Direct plan.
म्यूचुअल फंड में खुद से इन्वेस्ट करने
with the economical over.
Ishan Kishan is on the field for Hardik Pandya. Remember when Hardik was batting, Shaheen Shah Afridi right on that shoulder, so that's still having a negative effect to the point where he hasn't taken the field. Shami. about this batting partnership taking place since December last year, I think. Now, Fakhar Zaman is slated to come in at 3. Baz, what's his form been like?
His form's been good, and also the fact that he's developed into a player who can also now rotate, strike and take the attacking option. Sometimes when he batted number 1, number 2, when he opened the innings, it was almost like he had to take the attack to the bowlers, and he would get out trying to almost hit the ball too hard. Now he's got maybe the cushion of batting at number 3, and then he's able to rotate, strike and take the attacking option, and that has suited him well because he's fitted into that role better than I think he did in opening the innings in T20 cricket.
I saw a shot of Fakhar and Imad Wasim. Lovely touch shot. It's almost as if he wastes no energy or very little energy in playing these shots. Silky smooth.
Well, always classy. Even with that shot, he's sort of going with the ball, going into the shot. That is beautiful. And he's tried to hit it straight. He's not broken the wrist and tried to hit it square. That is a terrific shot. Kohli will appreciate that. Not at this moment, but looking back.
Spin around view of that first boundary for Babar Azam, getting on top of the bounce. Thing of beauty. The thing about that left-handedness from Fakhar Zaman is if he bats deep into the innings, how does that impact the usage of Ravindra Jadeja spinning the ball into the left-hander? Even Imad Wasim, who bats lower in the order. Class to get as low as Rizwan did, because I don't think that was what you call a typical short ball, and play that shot. It's great skill.
Favors that leg side, slow one into the pitch, but Rizwan swivels it. It's almost a half sweep, half pull. Gets down low, smashes it, and he's so strong there. He puts it into the crowd as well with that shot.
He goes again. Energizer Bunny. Never standing still. 11 off the over, 35 without loss.
Hi.
So he's gone back to Bhuvneshwar Kumar to bowl the 6th, which often is the most difficult over to bowl. The batsmen have said the field restrictions are still in. You've got an idea of what the pitch is playing. It's a difficult over to bowl. He's not quite got the pace that he had. He's started off today bowling late 120s.
Yeah, Boov, he just looks like he's just not getting over his front leg like he has in the past. And his pace is down a little bit, which means he just doesn't have as much energy on his stock ball. That one, the swinging away late, top of the stumps. It's going to be a very interesting over. Rizwan is so busy putting the bowlers under a lot of pressure.
Sometimes doesn't need to when you get the extra run like that. What this partnership's done, they've not run away with the game, but they've just ensured that they're not that far behind that they don't have to do anything extravagant. It's just the kind of innings Babar Azam loves to play. 14 runner ball, he's there, but the target's not gone out of reach. Also, they bat very deep, so stability at the top in a run chase is so crucial. Now, as he put that in the gap, but there was no speed, no power behind the shot, so just a couple. Oh, well, he's diving in the end. What did Bish call him just now? The Energizer Bunny. Big birthday call from Big Bish.
Yeah, it's spot of the money. Yeah. Rizwan, gosh, he's got such great energy, intent at the crease, also running between wickets. But it's been very interesting to see how quickly the Indian quick bowlers have gone to off speed. Yes, the Pakistan quicks did bowl a lot of changes of pace, but it's more later on, the back end of the innings. Indian fast bowlers have gone very defensive. They bowl a lot more cutters, a lot more off speed balls, and the odd York, odd full one, just to be able to try and bowl more defensive, whereas the Pakistani bowlers, they did bowl on speed. Obviously the ball swung a little bit more for them, but I'm just a little bit surprised to see them just go away from the stock ball, top of the stumps, get these guys to be able to take a little bit of risk from the ball at the top of the stumps.
No, it needs a change of battery. He's just walking for a single.
It's been beautiful to be able to see Rizwan and how since he's got this opportunity to bat in the top of the order, it's amazing how just an opportunity to bat in a slightly different spot can really just be in your zone and just be exactly what you need. And he's just been a revelation since he's come to the top of the order. He really balances out Babar Azam really nicely. He takes a few more risks, means that Babar can just do his thing. Wait for the loose ball and put it away.
I know somebody else like that. They're not hitting the big shots. How many boundaries? They've hit 4 4s and a 6, so they're getting a boundary per over. They're staying busy by moving the ball around, knocking the singles just short, taking pace off, literally in manner of speaking with the bat. Gee, I thought you were talking about yourself a little while ago when you talked about moving up the order. Good cricket. Never let that taximeter stop.
Yes, it's very interesting to be able to see this tactic by the Indian quick bowlers. It really is. Like, yes, the way for India to be able to win this is to be able to get early wickets, because Pakistan do bat deep. And the way to do it is bowl their best balls, which is normally for Bhuvi, especially that first over that he bowled, was a lot more on speed, really energy to the top of the stump, swinging the ball late.
That should be 2 at least, if not 3. Now they'll stay with 2. It's a good throwing arm in the deep there. You're right, that was 122 as well. He's sort of 121, 122 kind of speed for Bhuvi. I just wonder if that's the Bhuvneshwar we're going to see from now, or whether he's adapting to a track that where he thinks that is the right speed to bowl at.
Well, he's rolling his like a leg cutter. He's bowling his fingers over that ball just to be able to try and get a little bit of purchase out of it. And yes, this 6th over is more a defensive over, because it can be an over the batsmen do target.
They get 8 from it. It's the typical unhurried style with these two. It's 43 for no loss.
दूर कितना भी जा, इस जुबान से दूर ना जा पाओगे। विमल बोलो।
Something about the ring of fire. There's none of the light pylons up there. I mean, they provide fantastic pictures too. Just gives a gladiatorial feel to the game, this. Right, Jadeja's come on. Key spell this, I think. Pakistan got 4 out of Shadab and 4 good overs out of Shadab. India wants something similar out of Jadeja. 2 right-handers in. You can see the field on the edge of the circle just coming in a little bit to cut the singles, I think.
Jadeja, this is a really, really big spell for him. He's been bowling very nicely. There's going to be a little bit of purchase for him, like there has been the last couple of games been playing here. And when there's a little bit of purchase, it means that Jadeja can bowl a little bit faster, and the ball turns a little bit faster. When Jadeja knows there's a little bit of grip in this surface, he licks his lips. He bowls a little bit faster. He gets his length perfectly right. He hardly ever errs from that perfect length.
Like a predator then. I think he's found his length here. And I don't think it's the kind of surface where the ball is zipping on to the bat. Started well. Be careful, be careful, be careful. That's a very valuable ankle.
Jadeja is just so fast. His first few steps, his anticipation, it's just electric. It really is a beautiful athlete to be able to watch.
It's one of the overs so far. How's he going to play it? Just a single. Put Rizwan back in strike. Babar's going to bat through. But I'm interested in how Rizwan plays this. Does he say that's all right? 2-run over. Doesn't matter. We're doing all right in this innings. I said, no, we can't afford to let him settle. Let me take a chance.
And he's hitting to the shorter side as well on the leg side, so it wouldn't surprise me if he pulls out a sweep shot, but he plays very nicely.
That's how the cut. The ball travels too quickly. Excellent over this. 3 from it, 46 for no loss.
For Pinku Oberoi, picking the best Golgappe is tough. But picking stocks using smart features on Upstocks, easy. Upstocks, start करके देखो.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
First over was very good, Chakravarti. They wouldn't have seen a lot of him, Pakistan. Keep going back to that comment that Ravichandran Ashwin made earlier. They haven't played a lot against each other, don't know the little things. Can they attack Chakravarti? Except in the last game in the IPL, he never conceded more than 26 in his 4 overs. He's got support, long on, deep mid-wicket, long off.
Chakravarti's his first game in this this cauldron against Pakistan, and I thought he might be a little bit nervous in that first over, going to that first over, but no. No, he just finds his groove straight away. 2 off the first over, and he just hasn't erred again. His length always is so, he hardly ever misses his length. It's always at the top of the stumps. He never gets too full.
If you thought Jadeja was quick, his top ball's about 102. This last one was a little slower at 92. But he'll routinely bowl 102, 103.
Yeah, his strength is bowling that little bit faster, so batsmen can't get down to him. But the beauty of him is his length. He never allows the batsman to be able to stand there, step hit, which is, for the best batsmen in the world, they can just stand there, use his pace. But because of his length, he's always into the wicket a little bit more.
Oh, the thing the umpires have got to do these days, they've got to offer their trousers for someone to slip a towel in. What would we do without umpires? Oh, just wide. That was the off break, but it started on leg. Can you read him out of the hand?
Oh, it's always difficult because he's got a fast arm and he does bowl the ball quite fast. It is more challenging to be able to pick up, and you do pick it up a little bit later, and that is his asset. Slightly faster arm, a bit like Rashid Khan in a way. It's harder to pick up because his arm's just a bit too fast.
For those of you who haven't followed him, he knows his career well in India now. He's an architect, a qualified architect. His final year dissertation, his final year thesis was the architecture of cricket stadiums. But played no cricket for 7 years in between. And then started playing the lower division leagues, got picked up in the Tamil Nadu Premier League, then in the IPL. Next thing you know is there's some of the best players in the world not quite reading him and just willing to play his 4 overs out. Top partnership this. Exactly what Pakistan wanted. Required rates just gone up to 8.3, but it won't hurt them just yet. 50 or 48 balls. It's going exactly, almost like a textbook situation with Rizwan and Babar. Babar 19 of 22. Rizwan will be a little quicker, but they haven't run away with the game. It's an aspect that if they're batting first might be a little worrisome.
Just the key to these Indian spinners, and it's this great skill that they have, is they never ever allow the batsman. There's only 6% that's a little bit too full. The rest is into the wicket, allowing the wicket to do its work, and then the batsman has to take a risk to go a bit square.
They play that so late, and the Pakistan won't mind this. They've nudged around for 6 in the over. It's 52 for no loss after 8.
And he takes it. That's a brilliant catch at the boundary. Oh my God.
Pakistan had a lot of wickets early, if you notice, and that impacted the run rate.
Yes, the key to this worm is just the wickets. Pakistan are slightly just edge in front of the run rate at the same time, but they just haven't lost a wicket. And right now, it just seems Babar Azam hasn't really taken a risk. Well, he never really looks like he takes a risk. But Rizwan is a great foil for him. So, Jadeja, wickets. He's going to get a breakthrough, to be able to just put a little bit of pressure on this Pakistan batting lineup.
From their point of view, what they're doing well is they're staying slightly ahead of where they need to be, or what they are. So, ahead of where India were at the same point. Sometimes when you're chasing 150, 155, and you'd know that, having been in so many chases yourself, sometimes you can go a little conservative, thinking the chase is within reach, and suddenly the asking rate's gone up.
And that's where, if you're able to get wickets, that's where it can really start to put a bit of pressure, and the run rate slows down. The batsmen coming in feel like they should still be taking the game on. That's where the pressure really starts to build. You can see Virat there at cover. He's creeping, he's getting closer and closer. He's feeling like there's going to be a catching opportunity there.
I think we're seeing a bit of dew, and that's not good news for India. He's down with the change of innings. There wasn't any, but it's twice in 2 balls he's used the towel.
Yes, and with that means that the wicket's getting a little bit of moisture on it as well, so it's going to have less chance of the ball biting into the wicket as much. And for the poor spinners, it's harder for them to be able to really grip that seam to get a bit more purchase. But Jadeja, he's done this plenty of times before. He's going to try and find a way.
I just hear a batsman say poor spinners. Gee, things that happen to people after retirement.
Yeah, especially with mate Jadeja. He's a very special young man. Well, a young man, he's 32 now. I just keep thinking of him being very young because the first time I played with him for the Rajasthan Royals, but he's a super skilled cricketer.
Right, he's got hold of one. They needed that, and it's just cleared the boundary for 6. The pressure was building, and someone had to release a ball. And that shot has done just that from Babar Azam.
Babar Azam, the beauty of this shot is he doesn't premeditate. He waits for a little bit of length, a little bit flatter trajectory. He just powers the ball to the shorter side of the ground. He would have known, that would have been the back of his mind. If he can get a little bit of length, just gets under it beautifully. And again, it's so effortless. He's not trying to overhit the ball, just getting the middle of the bat on the ball. It's incredible. It really is to be able to see he's in such control of his game. Pressure's on a little bit. He just knows how to put enough pressure on the bowler to make a slight error and just capitalise on it.
I just hope dew doesn't become a major factor in this tournament. It just skews the relationship, the equation between the teams batting first and batting second. Well, they got 10 of the over and they'll be perfectly happy with that. 9 gone, it's 62 for no loss.
खुशी खंबाटा से आज मेडल मिस हुआ तो दोबारा भी जीत सकती है, पर फेवरेट कंपनी के आईपीओज में इन्वेस्ट करने का चांस दोबारा नहीं आएगा। अब स्टॉक्स पे हॉटेस्ट आईपीओ में इन्वेस्टमेंट स्टार्ट करके देखो।
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
I think it would be fair to say that India are desperately searching for a wicket. So he's gone back to Chakravarti. Sometimes for this franchise side he bowls deep, leaves 2 overs back, bowls into 15, 16, 17 thereabouts. Now he's got him bowling the 3rd over. Oh, it was in the air but split the gap. Probably would have gone over the fielder anyway.
Yes, it just bounced a little bit on Baba there. Just dragged it down a tiny bit, a little bit of overspin. But he's cut it hard enough. It was perfectly in the gap anyway, but just cut it hard enough to get it up and over the field. Chakravarti, this is a really crucial time. He needs to be right on the money here to get the wicket that India desperately need.
Now probably thought that Rizwan was doing all the running, wasn't he? This is a vintage Babar innings that he's just come back up, and at the moment Babar's 113, Rizwan's 118, not much difference.
And this is where this type of run chase is perfectly suited for Babar. This doesn't feel like he's taking a risk, and he can get his run rate up quite high.
Well, it could be a tricky 2 at the striker's end. Oh, the throw was at the non-strikers, and I'll tell you what, they were sprinting for their lives on the second. But they make it.
Certainly hustled. They hustled. Babar Azam coming back to the danger end. I think it's a direct hit. Very close. Surya Kumar, that's the moment that India need. Everyone needs to be stepping up here to be able to have that moment that can change the game.
Haven't got it in the first 10 overs. Now the non-strikers end. Does it direct it? Is that the moment, or is he home? Bhubaneswar with the throw.
TV umpire to director. We have an umpire review for run out. If I can have a look at your best side on shot, please. Okay, roll it back, please. Okay, that is grounded. That is grounded. Okay, we can go to the big screen with my decision.
Tell you what, the bat was in the air for a long time. If you're a Pakistan supporter, you'd have your heart in your mouth watching that replay. Give it quickly. Third umpire judged very quickly that the bat is grounded.
It's a tight single. It's a great piece of work. Booty, it looked like he's throwing the bat. Oh, jeez. He's throwing his bat. Throwing his bat at the line. That's how desperate he was to make his crease. But Booty, what a beautiful piece of work there.
It's interesting how the angles make it look like that. You look from that angle, you realize the bat's actually stuck in the ground and got dragged. You look from that square angle, it gives the impression it's in the air.
Beautifully played. Look at Babar Azam there. He's batting on off stump. The danger ball for him with Chakravarti is that wrong one coming back into the stumps. So he's batting on off stump and mainly trying to hit the ball straight to the leg side because he knows that's the danger ball. That's going to be the one that gets him out.
The umpire's now a towel stand. Well bowled, but they've already got 9 of the over, so 10 overs gone. It's time for a little break, but 71 for no loss. You've got to say Pakistan ahead in this game. It's time for drinks.
दिवाली हो और धमाका ना हो, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? तो तैयार हो जाइए धमाकेदार ऑफर्स के लिए at the Flipkart Big Diwali Sale.
दूर कितना भी जाओ, इस जुबान से दूर ना जा पाओगे. विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी.
ये म्यूचुअल फंड्स है, मैजिक फंड्स नहीं. तो पैसा पहले किसी एक्सपर्ट को मिलो. हर फंड के रिस्क और रिटर्न्स दोनों को बराबर समझने के बाद ही अपने पैसे को इन्वेस्ट करो.
समझ गया सर जी, समझ के इन्वेस्ट करना है.
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है. योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें.
शैंकी शर्मा के लिए प्रोफाइल पिक करना मुश्किल है, पर अपस्टॉक्स के स्मार्ट फीचर्स के साथ स्टॉक पिक करना इजी. अपस्टॉक्स स्टार्ट करके देखो.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
And he takes it. That's a brilliant catch at the boundary. Oh my God.
शम्मी, फिर से क्रिकेट प्रैक्टिस शुरू. नौकरी छोड़ दी? नहीं चाचा, उबर मोटो पकड़ ली.
मीटर की यात्रा करें सिर्फ 19 रुपए में.
पॉलीकैप ग्रीन वायर्स में है ग्रीन शील्ड टेक्नोलॉजी जो बचाए आपके पैसे, सेहत और पर्यावरण भी. पॉलीकैप ग्रीन वायर्स, सेफ्टी का ग्रीन चॉइस.
क्या स्कूटर बदल के इस प्रॉब्लम से इंडिपेंडेंस मिलेगी? सलीम मियां, आप बताइए.
स्कूटर नहीं बदलना पड़ेगा, इंजन ऑयल बदलना पड़ेगा.
सिर्फ मोबिल का मोबिल सुपर मोटो दे आपके टू व्हीलर को 81% तक की बेहतर सुरक्षा. मोबिल का मोबिल सुपर मोटो, फर्क लाकर देखिए.
करने दो, टाइम है तेरा कुछ करने को, अब टाइम है तेरा कुछ करने को. अकड़ बकड़ बम्बे बा, बक 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 बकने का, अब टाइम है तेरा कुछ करने का, टाइम नहीं है बकने का. अकड़ बकड़ बम्बे बा, बक 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 बकने का, अब टाइम है तेरा कुछ करने का, टाइम नहीं है बकने का. कहते हम में बात नहीं, हाजी हम बस बात नहीं. जो पहाड़ बने सिर्फ बातों का, हर बार हुआ तू खोद वही.
It's been a partnership, 35 of 30 is one. Babar almost identical, 34 of 30, 71 without loss. And if Pakistan before this game had prayed how this game would go through, it's exactly this. Their opening partnership gets runs, the bowlers did the job up front, and now it's a matter of making sure that they close the game off. India have to come up with answers.
They certainly have to. They certainly have to look at getting some wickets and trying to push Pakistan back. Because right now, with the way the Pakistani openers are going, it's as if the match is pretty much in Pakistan's bag. But of course, India is not going to give up. Virat Kohli is not going to give up. He's going to. That's what he's exhorting his team to do. Keep fighting. He's saying, "Look, let's do this. Let's put the fielder there. Let's make them work for runs. Don't make it easy for them." Bumrah.
Calls for two. Babar wants it. And yet again, there's two with understanding between the wicket to go with those stroke play.
It's important. It's really important to convert these ones into twos. Put the pressure on the fielding side. And that's what Babar Azam's doing. The moment there was a misfield, the moment the ball was slowed from going to that fielder in the deep, he was running the first one quickly.
Over the top. Enough on it, and that'll race away. Classy boundary.
There's something about this batsman, isn't it? Babar Azam, you can watch him on and on. Because he makes it look so easy. Yes, you could say that this was probably not well timed, but he had enough on it. Not maybe off the middle of the bat, but still enough power in it. This was a slower delivery. But he's made use of that slower delivery. He's made use of that length. to get a boundary.
It's the best opening partnership for Pakistan against India. And these two just making it look simple. And as long as Babar, especially as long as he's on the crease, it's sort of a sense of calm for the Pakistani squad, for the dressing room, for the players waiting to come, because he always bats with that sense of calm and always has things under control. Seems like he has things under control. He'll need something special, and something special like that from Bumrah.
Yes, but it wasn't on the stumps. It did beat Babar. He was just a tad late on that shot. 144 kilometers per hour, that Yorker. And you can see maybe the ball went through just that little bit early.
Shovel down the ground and be back for two again. Hardik was hit on the shoulder while batting. He's gone off to have a scan, precautionary scan. Hope it's not serious. Well, hopefully he'll be back quickly. 73 now, or 55. It's required rate of 7.96. Instead of all 10 wickets in hand. Edged away, but the third man very, very fine. So just a single. 11 done. It's 80 without loss.
.72 from 54, all wickets in hand. So this should be Pakistan's game, unless India come back with wickets in the next 2 or 3 overs. Without taking wickets, India are not going to be able to put enough pressure on Pakistan.
Exactly at 8. And you feel that it's almost now where India need to strike. A couple of overs of not being able to take wickets is almost go out the window. Jadeja back in the attack, his third over. I'd like to have a discussion with you about this. Pakistan had 3 spinners. They bowled 8 overs, 44 for 1, and now the most Jadeja and Chakravarti are the most likely, have been the most likely to get a wicket maybe and apply the pressure. Is India missing a spinner in this lineup?
Well, in hindsight, you could say that. Also because Bhuvneshwar Kumar, before he came into this game, his form as a bowler wasn't all that good. But then he has the experience. He's bowled well in the past. And that's why India went in with 3 seam bowlers. Looking at what had happened on the same pitch yesterday, when the spinners took wickets, there would have been a temptation to play Ashwin in the 11 today. Smart cricket that, making sure no dot balls. Try and cut down on the dot balls as much as you can, and that's exactly what Pakistan's doing. Even if you don't get boundaries, keep the scoreboard ticking, rotate the strike.
A T20 cricket, every ball is an event. Every good over or an over which goes under 6, couple of overs, and it quickly spins the game around. So rotation of strike very important, and being able to put the ball in the gap important too. He'll come back for 2 that time, Rizwan.
That's, I think, something that the Indians would have been thinking about, the due factor. When you pick three spinners, if you bat first, then what happens? Can the spinner grip the ball? Upset with himself, Rizwan, that it was a dot ball, 85 for no loss.
Still not happening for India as yet. It's been all Pakistan. And a spin from both ends. Chakravarti now given the ball in hope of maybe getting a wicket, maybe just, if not, all economical over. His last over is bowled 3 for 17. But so far it's all been blunted by Pakistan.
This is the shorter end of the boundary. That's why Babar was looking to go big over there.
Fantasy League, Shakibul Hasan 488. He'll need some catching. You see Sri Lankans in there as well.
Slot sweep over the top, maximum. Like I said, that's the short end of the boundary. That is what they're looking to target. And at this stage, when they've got all wickets in hand, that's what they need to do. Throw their bats, because Chakravarti has been pretty economical in the first 3 overs. Now in his final over, they don't want him to bowl a tight over. They want to attack him. That's what Rizwan has done.
And make sure that there's no dramas. Make sure that they're up with the rate.
Easy.
Such a superb partnership, but you don't want to leave, say, 20 runs at the back end. You want to be able to be up with the rate and also in front of the rate. Rizwan gets so low. It's quite a short delivery, but his ability to hit leg side like all wicketkeeper batsmen have.
Yes, incredible shot that, because he also moved to the offside, throwing Chakravarti off a bit.
This time it's Babar. Same result. Smashes it and gets to 50.
Babar Azam. What an innings this has been. There's so much talk, so much comparison between Virat Kohli and Babar Azam. And so with Virat Kohli getting a half century when India batted, it was exactly the kind of incentive that the Pakistan captain needed to show that he's not far behind. That's a terrific innings from the Pakistan captain. So he bowls it a little bit short again, the short end of the boundary. And Babar Azam taking full advantage of it.
That means so much. Babar being the top T20 player, the top player for Pakistan, full stop. And to do it on this stage, he wanted this badly and he's done it. 99 without loss. 100 partnership brought up with that. Pakistan just need 52 now.
And they've got 7.1 overs in which to get them. This is the third 100 partnership for Pakistan.
Oh, expensive 13th over. It's 101 without loss.
And he takes it. That's a brilliant
wickets throughout, and Pakistan up with the rate. Partnership developing every stage. We've been able to make sure that the team is not under pressure. And it just seems as if now they're going to try and finish it, try and make sure that there's no doubt remaining. 51 or 42, that last over. Both Rizwan and Babar looking for the boundaries.
Yes, it's also important for the net run rate if you win with an over or two to spare. So that is what Rizwan is looking to do, playing the sweep shot, moving towards the off stump. Rishabh Pant trying to lift the spirits of the Indian bowlers, Indian fielders.
Shot and thumped in the gap. Babar Azam gets it to the fence.
The placement is fantastic, but look at that footwork. It's the footwork that has allowed him so much time to hit the ball. The back foot going towards the stumps, making very good use of the depth of the crease. It's marginally short. Then he clears that front foot. This is a top shot, absolutely terrific, and even better placement. It's a smart cricket. After the boundary, just push the ball for a single.
Just to start, the Pakistan needed big game, this massive game. India-Pakistan, and that monkey off their back almost. Be able to get singles for fun almost, and that has been the hallmark of the partnership. Yes, you've seen a lot of classy shots, but been able to then get the ball into the gap every over. 36 singles. 36 singles and 7 twos.
Yes, they've run very well between the wickets. Very good understanding. That's going to be another boundary away from that fielder. Tried to fire in the quicker delivery at the pads. 112 for no loss.
दूर कितना भी जाओ, इस जुबान से दूर ना जा पाओगे। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Been a lot of pressure applied on the bowlers, and they will falter. It's not been his day. He needed of the last 6, still all 10 wickets in hand. Pakistan well on their way, barring a complete shift in this game. It seems as if finally Pakistan are going to get the better of India in an ICC event, barring the Champions Trophy. They never won against India in T20 World Cups. So this will be a first.
Well, yesterday, England turned the tables on the West Indies, who they had lost to 5 times before. Now over here, it looks like Pakistan's going to repeat what England did to the West Indies yesterday. Really well placed. The asking rate now below 7. That is pretty much a run a ball.
Yeah, terrific. You need a few more of those and maybe slip it underneath the bat to get a wicket, because these two have almost batted India out of the game.
wickets, and it's important for Pakistan that they keep doing so, because you don't want a new batsman coming in at this stage of the innings. It is hot out there. You can see the way the sweat is dripping off the helmets.
Time through the onside. That'll get Rizwan to his 50, 52 or 41, and does it with style. The pull shot.
That's a terrific shot. It was a pretty quick delivery, about 140 kilometers per hour. But he got into position so quickly. He uses the bottom hand to very good effect. We've seen it when he plays that scoop sweep. And once again bringing the bottom hand into play. Marginally short of length, but look at that shot. This is a magnificent shot from Rizwan. So both the opening batsmen now got a half century.
Chorus for two. Rizwan very quick. He'll get back. He's now almost run a ball.
There's 34 from 33 deliveries. They're running away with the match, Pakistan.
They're quite similar in the terms of strength. It's been leg side, obviously a slow pitch, so dragging the ball leg side. Rizwan very good, square of the wicket. Babar elegant through the onside. Babar ranked number 2 in the ICC World T20, and whenever he plays a shot, you just stand up and take notice because he's so elegant.
That punch of the back foot through the covers was a terrific shot, wasn't it? Unbelievable time he had, because Shami is slippery off the pitch, but he had so much time to play that, and then of course the pull shots.
Five overs remaining. Pakistan require another 31.
If Khushi Khambata misses a medal today, she can try again next year. But a chance to invest in her favorite company's IPOs will not come again. With Upstocks, investing in the hottest IPOs. Start karke dekho.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
.56 of 44 to Rizwan. Babar 62 of 46. 31 of 30 balls now for Pakistan in this very clinical run chase. And they've managed it beautifully. .31 of 30. It's the kind of chase you just walk through, isn't it? You walk through in a park. Given how beautifully they've played so far, he's come back to Mohammad Shami. 2 overs for 19. He's got 5 overs left. He goes 1 Bumrah, 2 each Bhuvneshwar Shami if it goes that far. Very little has gone past the bat. Over the years, Nasser, we've used different expressions to describe Pakistan. We've said they're mercurial, they're unpredictable, they're gifted. Hardly ever use the words calm and clinical. I think it's been that. That is just symbolic of the kind of batting we have seen today. There's two fielders out in the deep and he's played an imperious pull shot.
Yeah, they've been quite brilliant, haven't they? These two, since Rizwan's moved up to open, they've been absolutely outstanding. Calm, cool, calculated. Absolute masterclass at the moment in how to go about a run chase.
Absolute textbook this. From time to time they play a couple of quiet overs, but the innings never really stagnated. I thought the running between the wickets was fantastic. You'll remember the shots when Rizwan and Babar play them, but the running was outstanding. All set up by Shaheen Shafreed, isn't it? What he did with that spell kept India down to 150. It meant that Babar and Rizwan could pace themselves the way they're most comfortable doing.
Yeah, they've played the better cricket for large parts of this game, but it's not over yet. They've got to keep going. Pakistan fans have waited for a long time for this moment in World Cup cricket. They'll have their fingers crossed still. They've got to finish it off. That final hurdle.
27 of 28, Nasser.
They've been through the ups and downs of Pakistan cricket over the years. They will be counting down every single run.
And not just here. Wherever cricket is watched, wherever cricket is celebrated. You're right, they waited a long, long time. It was 0-12 before this game in all World Cup matches. But I just wonder, the words that I just used now, so calm, calculated, clinical. Just wonder if that's the Babar era in Pakistan batting, because remember, go back 2015 World Cup, the moment Pakistan are chasing, people would start to get nervous. Their fans would. But these two, it's just an extraordinary opening combination. And I think the bubbliness of Rizwan just goes perfectly well with the calmness of Babar. Every time you thought that the run rate was dropping a little bit, there'd be a calculated hit.
It's played beautifully. I thought India bowled a little bit too straight early on, actually. It's almost like they had a plan of let's bowl straight. And the amount of times that he just picked them up leg side. Suddenly picked up on length off the spinners, but the seamers in particular. Amazing when you go to your bowlers and you say bowl straight, bring the stumps into play. They go leg stump.
They took on Varun Chakravarti. Very few in recent times have done that. 111 kilometers an hour, 69 meters long, and not the highest, just about 16 meters high. The second higher. Not a bad over, but 7 came from it quite easily. 128 for no loss. That one was about 20 meters high. We often in commentary talk about sixes that are parabolas. We talk about flat sixes. It's a very good indicator